we faithfully deliver value and interpret great books from around the world. Hey there, this is Sally from the Book Show. Today, we're diving into a book called Xiaomi's Ecosystem Battlefield Notes. As we all know, Xiaomi started with just phones, but then it expanded wildly into power banks, headphones, rice cookers, and even towels and toothbrushes. These are totally unrelated to the internet. As Xiaomi puts it, they're creating an ecosystem. From 2013 to the end of 2016, in 3 short years, Xiaomi's ecosystem grew to 77 companies, hitting over 10 billion yuan in sales. In July 2018, Xiaomi went public. How did this 8-year-old company pull it off? Today, we'll dive into Xiaomi's ecosystem battlefield notes to uncover the secrets behind their success. Why battlefield notes, you ask? The authors say business is war. This book shares insights from Xiaomi's battles, paid for with hard cash. Xiaomi and its ecosystem partners are like soldiers in the same war. The book has two main authors. Hong Hua, Dean of Xiaomi's Ecosystem Valley Academy. He's long focused on studying methods for innovation in startups. The other author is Dong Jun, ex-chief writer at China Business News, and he helped write bestsellers WeChat Thinking and WeChat Power. The book has two parts. Part 1, Ecology, covers Xiaomi's ecosystem mindset. Part 2, Products, details Xiaomi's product values and lessons learned from their journey. And first up, Part 1, Ecology, our starting point. What exactly is Xiaomi's ecosystem? Originally, ecosystem comes from biology, meaning all living things and their surroundings in a specific place, interacting. Later, it was adapted to the internet world. Back in the internet age, ecosystem firms offered mostly software services, managed directly or through holdings. Firms such as iQIYI and Nuomi were part of Baidu's ecosystem managed by Baidu. But Xiaomi's ecosystem, as they say, is a fresh model born from moving beyond the internet to the Internet of Things era. It's a smart hardware incubator. Unlike Baidu's management model, Xiaomi partners with ecosystem firms with two key points: IoT and cooperation. Next step, we'll explore these two aspects to decode Xiaomi's ecosystem. First, IoT. IoT involves embedding chips in hardware and connecting it to the internet. This connection allows spontaneous data transfer. For example, your air purifier with the smart chip can automatically check the filter. Once it detects the filter's worn out and ineffective, it reminds you to order a new one. That's IoT development. There are 3 main phases, each offering chances to build trillion-dollar companies. Phase 1 is the internet, with PCs as the main medium. Phase 2 is mobile internet, with phones or tablets as mobile devices. And phase 3 is IoT. This phase has richer mediums. TVs, washing machines, rice cookers, all can act as connected devices. Xiaomi was founded in 2010, the startup year for China's mobile internet, phase 2 of internet growth. Xiaomi caught that wave and carved out a niche in phones within just 3 years. But the mobile internet boom will fade, and with too much competition, Xiaomi couldn't grow big in that phase. So after assessing the next phase, Xiaomi decided to focus on IoT. Next, the second key point, cooperation. Most products in Xiaomi's ecosystem aren't made by Xiaomi. They're done through investments, with others handling it. You might wonder, why doesn't Xiaomi do it themselves instead of investing? When you invest in others' companies, they won't give you much equity. If they hit it big, the lion's share goes to them, which seems wasteful, right? Actually, if Xiaomi did it themselves, there are 3 problems to tackle. First issue, resources. Xiaomi could handle it, but as a phone maker, branching out would strain them. The best solution is to find experts through investment and incubation, creating allies to fight together. It's a smart hardware incubator. Unlike Baidu's management model, Xiaomi partners with ecosystem firms with 2 key points, IoT and cooperation. Next up, we'll dive into these 2 aspects to decode Xiaomi's ecosystem. First, IoT. IoT involves embedding chips in hardware and connecting them to the internet. This connection allows spontaneous information transfer. For example, your air purifier with a smart chip can automatically check the filter. And once it detects the filter is worn out and ineffective, it reminds you to order a new one. That's IoT progress. There are three main phases, each with opportunities to build trillion-dollar companies. The first phase is the internet, with PCs as the main devices. The second phase is mobile internet, with phones or tablets as mobile devices. And the third phase is IoT. This phase has richer devices. TVs, washing machines, rice cookers, all can act as connected terminals. Xiaomi was founded in 2010, the startup year for China's mobile internet, phase two of internet growth. Xiaomi caught that wave and carved out a niche in phones within just 3 years. But the mobile internet boom will fade, and with too much competition, Xiaomi couldn't grow big in that phase. And so, after assessing the next internet phase, Xiaomi decided to focus on IoT. Next, the second key point, cooperation. Most products in Xiaomi's ecosystem aren't made by Xiaomi. They're done through investments with others handling it. You might wonder, why doesn't Xiaomi do it themselves instead of investing? When investing in others' companies, they won't give you much equity. If they make big money, the bulk goes to them, which seems wasteful, right? But actually, if Xiaomi did it themselves, there are three problems to solve. The first problem, resources. Xiaomi could do it, but as a phone maker, branching out would strain them. The best way is to find experts through investment and incubation, creating ally companies to fight together. The second problem is speed, a key metric in the internet industry. If they go solo in so many fields and products, when would they ever finish? Once, Sampeng, Xiaomi's ecosystem product director, was on a business trip to Hefei, Anhui. He and Huang Wang were alumni. At Huang Wang's invitation, Sun Peng visited Huaheng Electronics to experience a smartwatch. After wearing it for days, he recommended it to Lei Jun, who also liked it. So Xiaomi and Huang Wang established an investment partnership, co-founding Human Technology. Xiaomi took shares but not control, with management still led by Huang Wang. Xiaomi had strong design capabilities and prior smart hardware R&D experience. Meanwhile, Xiaomi had massive user traffic, a powerful design team, a solid marketing system, and advanced product values from its successful phones. Xiaomi's e-commerce platform was also a valuable sales channel. These resources greatly helped Huami's collaboration. It was a win-win for both. In July 2014, Umi and Xiaomi jointly launched the first-gen Mi Band. Throughout the process, Huami handled R&D and production, while Xiaomi provided marketing, sales platform support. Xiaomi also helped find top talent, streamline supply chains, design products, and ensure quality control. After mass production in August, Mi Band sales hit 1 million in just 3 months. By September 2015, shipments reached 10 million units, with monthly shipments hitting 1.5 million. But beyond the flagship Mi Band, Humi also developed its own branded products. Xiaomi couldn't interfere due to the no-control investment principle. By December 31st, 2017, total Mi Band shipments exceeded 45 million units. On February 8, 2018, Humi Tech listed on the NYSE, becoming the first Xiaomi ecosystem firm to go public in the US. Humi CEO Huang Wang reached the brightest moment of his entrepreneurial career. This case shows Xiaomi's ecosystem uniqueness, investing without controlling, advising without deciding, only delivering value and resources. This applies to all other firms in Xiaomi's ecosystem. Besides Humami, other ecosystem companies like Qingmi, Chumi, and Miwu have also succeeded. This proves Humi wasn't a fluke. Xiaomi's ecosystem truly has advantages. Okay, we've covered Xiaomi's ecosystem model. Now let's dive into Xiaomi's product values, which is part 2 of this book. In this part, we'll tackle 2 questions. Why are good products so important? And how does Xiaomi create a good product? Xiaomi's ecosystem products are mainly split into 3 types. First, accessories for Xiaomi phones, like Xiaomi power banks. Second is smart hardware, like smart air purifiers. Third is daily necessities, like towels and toothbrushes. All these products feel affordable with high bang for your buck. This is one of Xiaomi's killer strategies, shared with all ecosystem companies. For instance, when smart bands cost hundreds or thousands of yuan, Xiaomi launched the Mi Band at just 79 yuan. Functions and quality weren't worse than others, and it became a smash hit. Why are good products so important? In the industrial age, after launching a product, companies often bombarded consumers with ads to get noticed fast. Though imprecise, it still reached some folks. This horn-style marketing was all about who had more cash and a louder voice. In the internet era, active consumers are post-80s, 90s, and zeros generations who always compare options before buying. They know products inside out, choose rationally, and demand high quality. Porn-style marketing might cover wide ground, but it rarely resonates with them. Word of mouth and viral marketing are the hallmarks of the internet age. If the product isn't good, it can't build word of mouth buzz, let alone go viral. So, yeah, good products are vital. This is the value Xiaomi instills in all ecosystem firms. So, how do you make a good product? So, Maya believes there are three key points. First point, break through the ant market. What's an ant market? The whole market is like a giant cake, gobbled up by countless small manufacturers. These small players are like ants. In such a market, no big company dominates. For example, at the end of 2013, when Xiaomi ventured into power strips, industry analysis revealed a fascinating trend. At that time, Bowl was the top player in power strips, with a 30% market share in China. The number two player in power strips was barely known, with less than 3% market share. This shocked Xiaomi. The gap between first and second place was huge. Even more surprising, there was no third place in the entire power strip market. What does that mean? It means all remaining market share was split among countless small companies, brands, or even workshops. This is common in Chinese manufacturing, like the underwear industry. And China's underwear market has over 200 billion yuan in sales. But the top three players combined hold under 15%. The rest is split among small firms. That's an ant market. Ant markets have two lows, low barriers and low prices, with fierce competition, either cheap, low-quality goods where price trumps quality, or overpriced premium items because small-scale demands high margins. So, products in ant markets are either expensive or poor, no middle ground. To break through, the key is value for money. Take batteries. China's battery market is a classic ant market with about 3 billion units sold yearly. Besides Manfu, the market leader, almost all others are small brands. Manfu batteries average 2.5 yuan each. Not cheap, so Xiaomi entered this market. Xiaomi revamped production lines with advanced tech, boosting performance while controlling costs. Their colorful alkaline batteries launched at just 0.99 yuan per unit, thanks to solid quality and lower prices. Xiaomi batteries quickly captured market share. Second point, for great products, precise product definition, meeting 80% of needs for 80% of users. 80% of users means most ordinary Chinese people. 80% of needs means common, concentrated demands. The core requirement is focusing on key functions. For example, some air purifiers have confusing features and sky-high prices, but essentially, our core purpose for buying an air purifier is to make indoor air cleaner, more effectively and quickly, to purify indoor air. Those flashy features aren't our core needs. If companies misplace this focus, blindly developing new features while ignoring the core part, they'll likely go astray. To make good products, the third point is pursuing the optimal design solution. As Xiaomi puts it, design must be reasonable. The most crucial thing is maximizing rationality, which Xiaomi considers the first principle of design. Here's an example with Xiaomi's rice cooker. Many Xiaomi and Mi Home products feature white matte finishes because they look more premium. But Mi Home's first rice cooker had a white, glossy finish. From a designer's view, matte might be more artistic and minimalist. However, in most Chinese homes, kitchens are greasy, making matte materials inconvenient to clean. So Xiaomi ultimately chose the glossy design. That's maximizing rationality. All right, that's pretty much the main content of this book. Beyond the advantages covered, we see Xiaomi's ecosystem actually faces some challenges. First, many Xiaomi products are questioned by consumers, like power banks with low capacity, poor grip, the Mi Band 2's plain looks. With so many ecosystem firms, how can Xiaomi maintain high product standards? Second, many competitors have entered the IoT arena. Some companies closely target Xiaomi's weaknesses, publicly benchmarking against them on major e-commerce platforms. If Xiaomi doesn't stay sensitive to market trends, it could be devoured by competitors. More importantly, the relationship between ecosystem firms and Xiaomi isn't solid enough. Small and medium enterprises use Xiaomi to enter the market and grow big, potentially leaving Xiaomi anytime. How to keep these firms united is another major challenge for Xiaomi. The Xiaomi model isn't a formula, and it's far from universal. In the brutal business war, forming your own battlefield notes is key to true victory. And, all right, that wraps up our interpretation of Xiaomi's ecosystem battlefield notes. Keynotes are below the audio file. See you tomorrow.